Mercedes has announced a really bold initiative, or rather, I would say, a game changing restructuring of its retail business. In essence, Mercedes is going to be selling cars directly to customers and the dealerships. They are very much in the picture, but rather than being dealerships, they're going to be more like franchisees or agents in the process. Talking to us about this is Martin Schwenk, CEO and the head of Mercedes-Benz India. Martin, quite a bold move over here, because essentially what you're doing is you are selling directly to the customer without or invoicing directly to the customer. Just wanted to understand what triggered this move and what are the implications of this?
Well, let me first make again clear what you also said in your introduction. We want not direct selling by bypassing our existing dealer network. What we want to do is to offer a much better customer experience using and working together with our franchise partners, our dealer partners. We call them now franchise also because of different legal framework there. But in principle, we want to leverage our strong footprint in the country. So for a customer, in the first place, nothing really changes when they actually want to buy a car. They still can go to the dealership, they get offered the car there, but then things can be very different. They get not only offered vehicles that are on the yard or in the inventory of that very dealership they're going to, but they can also select a vehicle which is anywhere in India at Mercedes-Benz India or any other dealership available. So the option choices will increase. At the same time, we are offering price transparency. We know from customer studies there is a lot of problems also in where customers perceive pricing is not transparent. I don't know what offers I get, and if I go to a different dealership, it looks like this. And so what we will do is we will provide a consistent offering, same price for the same customer, no matter which dealership he or she goes to get the offer. So the offer will eventually come out of our system. And then, of course, not only the offer, but also the sales contract will come out of our systems. The payment will go against us. That doesn't diminish the role of our franchise partner. The opposite is the case. They will still have the task to not only to deliver a vehicle, register a vehicle, but also do all the consulting around that. They will do the test drive and everything. So what triggered us is we expect a better customer experience. On the other hand, we believe the dealers will be much more profitable because we will remunerate them for their efforts. They will cover with that their cost of operation, and these costs of the dealers, they don't include any inventory carrying cost anymore. There is no interest rates that they need to pay on inventory. And there is also no sales offers they need to do or extend to the customers, because pricing and offering come centrally from us. So what it means is there is savings for our franchise partners, and we expect over time to get to a better profitability in the new car sales. For Mercedes-Benz India, there's also something in, of course. We have much better transparency on what's happening in the market. We can do a much better inventory management. We have a better position in terms of financing inventory. We can do a much better planning going forward. So there's a lot of advantages in which we see in that. And you're absolutely right. It's a very big move, but I'm very confident that we can successfully manage that.
You know, what everyone's talking about is the price. Consumers want to know, how does this impact the price? Is there going to be no impact at all? Or Martin, going forward, if this is working well, let's say 6 months down the road, you said there's a lot of saving on inventory costs and other costs. Maybe it could range to up to around maybe 2% everything. Could there be some pass on of that to the customer? I mean, customer wants to know what deals he's going to get.
I mean, deals as we have today, if you say, for example, you have a financing offer and you offer a vehicle at a reduced interest rate of 5.99% or something. Something like this will happen, and it will continue to happen, but it will happen consistently across all dealerships. So there is no different approach for a specific customer in a specific location. So if he goes or she goes, no matter in Mumbai or in Delhi, gets the same price offered. And at the end, it is very important to have price transparency and to get the best value. What you don't want is to pay more than what you should. And with this model, you will never have pay more than what you should, because the price will be the same and it will be centrally fixed. So you will get the value the car has. And if we want to extend specific offers into the market, we will do that. That will happen. But it will not be based on an individual negotiation in a showroom.
Right. Now with you're moving towards a fixed price, very little scope for negotiation. Do you think this could drive more digital sales? Because I think one of the thing about digital sales is, you are not sure whether you could get the best offer by actually visiting the showroom and negotiating a bit over there with the salesperson. Do you think this is something that could, let's say, make it, let's say, a more homogeneous price structure would kind of lend itself to, let's say, a stronger digital shopping in this regard?
Again, Thomas, there is not even a little negotiation happening in the showroom. There is
Okay,
no
zero.
negotiation happening. Yeah, of course, that will be a time till that is understood, and we understand the risk with that because it is so new and different to what's happening. But if you buy 10 grams of gold, you're not negotiating the price. You buy the precious metal at the going rate of the day. So there is no negotiation happening, and there is no competition online versus offline, because we have understood to be successful in online sales, you have to work seamlessly and you're not competing with one channel against the other channel. So what it means is, together with our franchise partners, our dealers today, we will make sure that we sell online and offline hand in hand. And a car being purchased online will also get the dealer support, and the dealer will also be remunerated for that. Or I should actually say now the franchise partner. So we're not competing with on the other model, and also there is no better price. So that obviously tells you that our implementation is also a big one, which when it comes to data, we have a lot of IT software projects behind that to make sure that we are consistent with that. And that's something which is we working right now on. So again, the attempt, and of course it might be difficult at the beginning to get the understanding there, but the attempt is clear and the aspiration is clear. One customer, one price. And we will aim to make it happen.
Right. Again, just pressing you on the negotiation bit, Martin. I mean, there are certain customers who actually like the negotiation. They feel good. It's about an ego thing that, when they walk in, you tell them, frankly, there's no negotiation. It could actually turn some people away because they actually they feel value if they have been able to negotiate and they feel special about it. Do you think there's a risk this could play into the hands of certain rivals who might continue in the old way of offering huge discounts?
Yes, I cannot exclude that this will happen. And of course, without transparency, competition also has visibility on what is happening. That is a fact. On the other hand, I would think the customers appreciate. I think to change a mechanism or a behavior, that doesn't work so quickly. It will take time. The first time a customer comes and he is used to a negotiation process, he will probably have questioned, why should that no more be possible? But if he wants the vehicles, and if you think also at our product lineup, I would also want to put in here that we have a good moment to do these changes because we have very desirable products. And they are all young in their life cycle. So we see also a good chance that the product substance is so convincing that these customers will still buy a car. But of course, I cannot exclude it because the sport of negotiation goes away. But I should also say, on the other side, the differentiation for any of our franchise partners also towards the competition can and will not only via price. It has to be by product substance. It has to be by customer service and customer dedication. That's what we're aiming for. And then you can certainly offset to some extent, because the price the very customer gets is the best customer, what price they can get. They have not the bragging possibility afterwards to say, well, I got another whatever 5 lakh less. But at the same time, that doesn't put off the other customer who paid 5 lakh more. So you have to see the whole thing. So the one who brags about or has made a very good deal in his perception, even this negotiating customer has probably still questions whether he could have been even better. And someone else tells him he even paid a lot less. And so at the end, you have all customers being, in our view, not super happy, but they all feel they have achieved, but they could have done still better. And at the end, for us, we believe we have a very strong value in our product, so we offer a fair price, and that's what will happen.
Right. So, interesting you say that, and I think you've raised the point that you've launched this move, strategically at a time when most of your models are very fresh and very current in their life cycle. But just moving towards end of life cycle, where typically there are always end of life cycle offers. How will that pan out on this platform right now? Because clearly at that point, you would have to give certain offers, especially if it's end of life cycle. And we're seeing that with S-Class, we are seeing that with some of the other models. So how will that play out?
Again, Thomas, it will play out very good. We are very convinced about that, because I did not say we don't have offers. If offers based on life cycle will happen, they will happen. But what will not happen is, say, one dealer gets stuck with a car they purchased from us, say 6-9 months ago, and they struggle to sell because of end of life cycle, and then they start random discounting to get rid of that car because they cannot move it. That cannot happen. Because we might still have a customer in the other part of the country who is prepared to pay the value of this vehicle. So we can then there is an interchangeability then possible, and so we believe we can then, with inventory management and a price management with offerings, also in the second half of the life cycle, manage that quite successfully. Yeah, because of course, if we might have to offer different financings or something, but it will not be based on the individual pressure of a single dealer. It will be based on an overall strategy we have for the run out of a model.
Right. And last question, Martin. I mean, you've done this first. Obviously, everyone is going to be watching very closely because it's really an industry first, not just the luxury car segment. I'm sure a lot of manufacturers will be seeing how this pans out, because really it's now the interface or the let's say the negotiation with the customer has completely changed. It's completely been transformed. But you are confident, and do you expect the industry to follow your lead on this?
Well, that's very hard for me to tell, but we are fully aware that we are taking a big step here. We're also aware that there's risks associated to that. And but we have done obviously our homework. We have done our numbers. We have involved our dealer investor partners. We have discussed processes, systems, and I can say we found with our investors a broad acceptance on what we are doing. So I'm confident that it will raise question, would it work in other products as well? But I have also to say, at this point in time, we have not introduced. We're planning to do that by quarter 4. And I also know, like you mentioned, the discussion with customers and different behaviors. It will take time for running in. So we will need time to see how things pan out, and we will also have a lot of learnings, because it's completely clear if it is such a monumental shift that you can think a lot about it, but you have to experience it. And myself and our team, and together with our partners, we will have to see what we learn and how we react to situations which develop maybe in the one or the other direction. With the overall concept, we are convinced, and we are convinced also with our partners. But the details, there will always be changes. I think it has potential to be adopted, but I also think we'll have to see, because everyone will look at it, and let's see. I mean, a year from now, we know more, Thomas. Yeah, at the moment, it's still a very bold concept, and we will see. But I'm more than confident that we are on a very good track here, and I'm really proud that we can actually pull that off, Thomas. It's a massive thing.
Right. Well, congratulations, Martin. I think for this, and wish you all the best for what is a really very bold step. And as you said, there's a little bit of uncertainty, basically how the customer will react and respond to this new structure of retail. But I think in the interest of transparency and trust, long term, it makes a lot of sense. So really wish you all the best, and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Thomas. Thanks a lot.